continuation of earlier this morning. WLDL 2026, Lemur Legion versus the Lost Boys. We're at game 2. Okay, I have to do a postcast for this second game. Kind of had to run before the second game came up. So here we are. I managed to avoid any spoilers. I even did the awkward putting my hand up in front of the screen, so I didn't even see the draft. Valve needs to work on their UI for how to not spoil matches when you're reviewing them through the tournament mode. But anyway, here we are. Let's do this.
Ban.
Okay, so game 1, what did we see? Lemurs tasted defeat.
Ban.
Had a nice, good win streak going, but Lost Boys took it away from them in game 1.
10 seconds to
Yeah,
pick.
quite a decisive victory, I would say. Octavine on the LC in the mid. Worked out quite well. I wonder what that was, the Timbersaw ban, right? We did see that early Timbersaw ban. We're seeing the same two bans come out, I believe, on the side of the Lost Boys. Were they protecting the LC from the Timber?
Seconds.
Maybe.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
All right.
Dyer's ban.
Let's see how either of these teams decide to shake up their draft for game 2.
Only 10 seconds.
We're going to get the Warlock ban against. I think so far we're seeing the same
5 seconds.
consistent
Hurry,
bans
hurry.
as game 1. Both of these teams kind of feeling good about what they're banning. I don't know. Banning stage is kind of an interesting one, right? You want to take away comfort heroes from the enemy. You want to protect your own heroes from counters. And then you just kind of want to generally ban heroes that are strong in the meta. That's what we're seeing here. Razor, Leshrac being banned out. If you have a Leshrac player on the other team, it's a good ban. That hero seems to kind of
Dyer's ban.
able to take out. Am I watching game 1? Okay, there is the possibility that I selected the wrong game here.
Only 10
Another
seconds.
UI issue. It said game 2. But
5 seconds. Hurry,
maybe
hurry.
because I'm seeing the exact same bans as game 1 here, I might actually have selected the wrong game. Hard to do it when you're trying to avoid spoilers. Let's see. If we end up seeing, what was it, a Jakiro?
Radiant team pick.
This might be game 1. This might very well be game 1. These are the exact same bans, unless they're messing with me. Yeah, and it was a Sand King first pick last time too. You know what? I selected the wrong one. I apologize, but I put some of the blame on Valve. I swear the interface for selecting which games to watch needs some work. Okay. I'm gonna black out the screen just so you're not getting any spoilers. I'm gonna do my best not to spoil it for myself. 1 second. Very disappointing. Nobody is more disappointed by this than I am. Okay, so it's got to be this one. This one has like, I wish I could show you, but the second selection here has 3 games in it. Not clear which one's which. I'm assuming I'm selecting the other one, so I'm assuming this one's going to be the right one. Without spoiling it. I don't see the draft. I want to be surprised. Downloading, decompressing. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, but this one's showing me as the broadcast. This makes me think, no, this is the other one. What the heck? Now I'm even more confused. I'm going to race a little bit ahead.
Seconds.
Oh, gosh.
Dire
This is going to be game 1. Okay.
Hurry, hurry.
Okay, hold on. All right, well, bear with me. This is sadness. I'm trying really hard not to spoil this for myself. Okay, so it's got to be this one. Maybe they just had the same picks. You know what? I think they're messing with me. I think they're just picking and banning the exact same heroes. I'm just gonna quickly bounce ahead. I might see something that I'm break my. Okay, yeah. Okay, you know what? It's my bad. I second guessed myself. I had it right the first time. They happened to be banning and picking the exact same way they did in the first game at the first like outset. So congratulations, guys. You tricked me. Maybe I tricked myself. Here we go. Game two. First pick is going to be a Sand King. Um, Machu played Sand King in the first game. Guess what? He's also playing it this time. You know, I'm getting the error though. I'm not actually seeing the
10 seconds to pick.
Dota is not loading the icons for
5 seconds.
bans.
Hurry, hurry.
It's not just on the stream, that's also on my screen as well.
Dyer's ban.
My God, okay, hold on. I gotta fix this. What if I do this? Didn't see it. There we go. That
Only
fixed
10
it.
seconds.
I'm sorry if you quickly saw something of the draft there. I did not.
5 seconds remain.
But here we go. We got our icons back. We're getting there. We are getting there. Okay.
Dyer's ban.
Yeah. I mean, Razor ban, we're seeing a lot of this Razor. I said at game one that I have some feelings about Razor and this new.
Only 10
Look, I get it.
seconds.
Razor spends a lot of time in the middle of a fight,
5
thinking
seconds.
natural
Hurry,
candidate
hurry.
for buying mechanism, buying auras. Sure. Likes to be survivable right out of
Dyer's
laning
ban.
stage. I'm going to argue though that Razor is not the best hero candidate for this type of build.
10
Yes,
seconds to pick.
auras work on him. Yes, early healing and
5
tankiness
seconds
works
remain.
on him, but the hero doesn't want to be kited. The hero wants to build, be offensive. I don't think putting a mechanism on Razor is bad. I just think something like an S and Y BKB are two items that you might want to consider first on the hero, just so you have that little bit of extra.
Dyer team are now picking.
You have no other like aura builders on the team. I guess, yeah, Razor takes that up, but intentionally picking Razor for that role, I haven't tried it yet. I can't knock it, so maybe it feels good. In my mind, I feel like there's just some better aura carrying heroes than Razor.
5 seconds remain.
He's not bad at it. He is like survivable, but there's more survivable heroes out there. Consider him like compare him to Underlord. Underlord just feels like a better aura contributing. Here we go. This is the one that gave it away. Ogre Magi. This is a new hero. This is game two. Lemurs. They lost game one. You know what? They're switching things up. They're pulling out the Ogre Magi. I like it. It's tanky. Got some CC. Got some blink cancel with the Unite. Good first pick. Seriously, these bans are like identical. You think you would see some like respect bans out of like Legion or
10 seconds to pick.
yeah, I don't know.
5 seconds. Hurry.
They just did it to mess with me. They knew I was coming back for game two. And they're like, let's try to mess with them.
Dyer team are now picking.
They did ban out the Slark. So Slark was picked by the Lost Boys, played by Rega. I see Rai, and I'm think Rain, so I'm pronouncing it Rega. I apologize if that's
10
inaccurate.
seconds to pick.
No disrespect intended.
5 seconds remain.
They're banning out the Axe. It's a good ban. Axe also quite powerful and strong, quite reliable. Reliable pause 3 to take up in your lineup. Decent laner. I mean, the formula for winning an axe lane is like axe, putting battle hunger on the hopefully squishy support,
Radiant
and then
team
your
win.
support is kind of easy able to fight off that support because they're getting battle hungered. Meanwhile, axe kind of controls the actual creep wave. Ranged units do pretty well against axe. But anyway, he's not going to be in this game.
Only 10
Centaur.
seconds.
Lemur's going with a Centaur. Got a
5
feeling Jamin's
seconds.
playing this
Hurry,
one.
hurry.
Jamin plays some Centaur. We'll see if they switch up their roles. Um,
Radiant
Jamin was
team are
pause
now
3.
picking.
No, Jamin was the pause 1. He was the gyrocopter. We're going to go with Ancient Apparition. Okay. I mean, that's good against your tanky heroes. Both Ogre Magi and Centaur do have quite a bit of beef on them. Being able to do some percentage-based damage as well as reducing strength. I think there's a facet of Ancient Apparition that reduces their strength based on how many stacks of whatever the stack is called. I can't remember. Lost Boy's going to take up Rubik once more. Rufio grabbing the Rubik. Seeing both Ogre and Centaur and thinking those are good Rubik. I mean, honestly,
5
it's
seconds
they're not bad at
remain.
all. You get Centaur alt. Super. Hey, Dave. Dave wants to see some big alts. Me too.
Dire
We've
team
got
are now
some
picking.
medium-size alts.
Drow Ranger.
Lemurs grabbing Drow. I like the pairing Centaur Warrunner and Drow. Centaur's alt is really good for these squishy, long-ranged glass cannons because you can reposition them if they're getting jumped on really easily.
10 seconds to pick.
Yeah, I mean, that
5
kind of
seconds.
secures their
Hurry,
late
hurry.
game. That's a lot of damage that comes out of Drow. Drow is quite reliable when taking high ground. She can hit out the tower from the low ground. You tend to build a Dragon Lance on her for that extra range. The Lost Boys are going to have to think about how they're getting on top of the Drow. Then King certainly buys a blink, has a bit of mobility with the stun as well. So, like they're completely unequipped at the moment. Also, Ogre Magi, a good pairing as well with Drow, right? You like the Bloodlust on heroes that do high damage. You're gonna go Undying. Okay, so they're bringing the meat plus Drow, which is quite a good formula for a winning team. Their catch is gonna be a
Only
bit
10
low.
seconds.
If the Lost Boys choose to start going some really mobile heroes,
5 seconds remain.
Lemurs might have a bit of trouble with the catch. Also, Lost Boys looking a bit squishy compared to the Lemurs right now. If fights go for a long time, the Lost Boys don't get themselves a bit more meat, a bit more healing. Longer fights might start to feel really bad for the Lost Boys. So, they need a mid player for the Lemurs. They're still needing probably a mid and position 1 for the Lost Boys. Rubik was run as a support in the last game. So they're likely picking Octavine and Raiga's heroes here. What do I want to see? Playing into the Lemurs, their draft. I mean, the Timbersaw would be nice at this point, but they banded themselves. Other heroes that do well. I mean, I want to see some kind of mobility on them. I want to see some hero that's able to get on top of Drow confidently. And something that is not
Radiant's
really
ban.
susceptible to silence.
Monkey King.
Monkey King. You know what? I like it. I like the monkey pick. Has the mobility, ability to jump on top of Drow.
Dire's ban.
Um, Violence, I mean, not too bad for the hero, but I mean, Monkey hasn't been in a great spot meta-wise. They just nerfed the shit out of that hero. I'm so sad.
10 seconds to pick.
Um, but I mean, Monkey's still pretty
5
good
seconds.
and
Hurry,
does pretty good
hurry.
against these heroes that are not necessarily going to burst them down immediately.
Reaction.
Like right now, as long as Monkey is not getting
Dials
right-clicked by
down.
Drow, he's gonna feel okay. They're gonna ban out the Storm Spirit and the Puck. Two heroes that they potentially might want to get on top of Drow. Puck would be a great
Only
pick
10
for the Lost
seconds.
Boys if they. Then the Centaur ult could be kind of mitigated with
5
Puck's Dream
seconds.
Coil.
Hurry, hurry.
Interesting they're taking those out. They're trying to get rid of Zadie's pool. They know that they're needing to pick Zadie's heroes. Currently Storm
Radiant's
Spirit.
turn. Picking.
We saw last game. They're gonna ban Jug. They're thinking this Monkey King is mid and that they're still gonna be picking their paws one. I mean, Monkey mid is certainly a possibility. It's risky though, right? Like
Only
Lemurs
10
haven't picked their mid
seconds.
yet. Monkey plays into mid well against
5
some
seconds
heroes,
remain.
particularly melee heroes. I mean, so Lost Boys have some option. They do have to pick first, so they're not really able to flex based on the Lemur's last pick.
Dire team pick.
They end up going for Ursa. Okay, so it is going to be Monkey mid. I think Monkey will do better mid than an Ursa would. But I mean, Lemurs kind of have an open book here. They know what they're going to be facing mid. They know they don't want to pick a melee against
10
Monkey
seconds
King.
to pick.
They have good amount of frontline at the
5
moment, so I
seconds
mean, Lemurs are
remain.
kind of free to make some good, easy mid game or mid picks here. You do have to consider the Ursa. Hmm. Thanks, Coach Rusty. Yeah, Death Rhyme. That's the innate, eh? Right. Yeah, I remember there's something about reducing.
Choose
Queen of
your
Pain.
hero.
Like it. Queen of Pain's good. You don't have to get face to face with the Monkey King. You can throw a whole bunch of poison onto him to reduce his movement so he can't get up to you. You can choose your engagement based on blink. Very, very nicely picked. Hats. We're seeing a lot of similarities. Sorry, Lost Boys, but I'm seeing two heroes I saw before. So, I mean, the Rubik and the Sand King, very impressive, but I saw them last game. I do see this monkey, Octavine. Really cool monkey set. We're still waiting to see what Ursa and Ancient Apparition bring out. For the lemurs, they're looking pretty good too. I like the Undying. Set looks decent. I haven't seen that hood before. Levito is decked out on the centaur, and we have the blue fishy Ogre Magi. Um, AA also rocking some good stuff on Crazy Ninja Smurf. Ryga's also got the wooden armor Ursa. That one's pretty cool. I don't see that often. Damn, this is a tough call. I'm leaning towards the Lost Boys. I think they're definitely bringing out their finest garb. Lemur's not bad either. Just slightly behind, I would say. If it was any other matching, they would probably win it. But I mean, the Lost Boys brought it. All right. I mean, yeah, the AA. I agree, Rusty. The AA is going to play into the lemurs pretty well. Um, as long as he's not getting like absolutely rushed. Like AA's got to be really careful with positioning. As long as he's kind of in the back, not getting paid attention to. I think some of these strength heroes on the lemurs is going to feel a little less strengthy. All right, game two. What do we got? What do we got? We got the Lost Boys.
Another beautiful
All
day
right, I
in
have to fix my
Totoland.
camera. Put the camera on. Here we go. Lost Boys on the side of the Radiant. We're going to have once more Rufio playing the Rubik. Crazy Ninja Smurf is going to give us the Ancient Apparition. Machu once more giving us this decked out Ferrari-looking Sand King. Raiga, Ursa Warrior. Lastly, Octavine in the mid. Gonna give us the Monkey King. I like to see heroes that we're not seeing often. Monkey King's one of them. Zadie's stepping up, putting the ward up. However, they do see that immediate D-ward happening. Dire team, Lemur Legion. Got a punch back here. They lost game 1. You don't want to go a bunch of 2-0s and then get an 0-2. That's going to be a confidence shaker if you do. Zadie going to be playing the Quap. Tariq on the Ogre Magi. G $, y'all. Playing on the Undying. Vito giving us this big ol' centaur. Last but not least, Jamin on the Drow. Be playing into the late game. Here we go. We're gonna have some confrontation here. AA gets stunned. Levito snatching the bounty right under him, and that's a blood grenade. AA is squishy. It's close. Lots of damage. Lots of damage done onto the support. So, Drow Ranger plus Ogre Magi, no surprise there. We do have the learning curve facet, so a bit of waiting period before these guys do too much. Machu and Rufio once again going to be doing the off lane here for the Radiant. D $, y'all, and Libido going to be against the Ursa and Crazy Ninja Smurf. One Tango probably is going to want to get some more regen. In the mid lane, once again, Octavine versus Zadie. Zadie's going to want to recoup a little bit. Had a rough Storm game last game. Matchup was not great for him. I think the Quap's going to do a little better for him this game. Octavine's going to have a little more challenge, I suspect, on Monkey King, but able to get a few hits out. As long as he's able to close the distance and get Jingo Mastery, see how he does. Fairly even. I mean, the lane pushed out on the bottom lane quite well. For Levito and $. They're gonna have to step up. Testing, showing him that he's the bear. The bear, the scary, scary bear. The lane stage. These guys are tanky boys, but stacking damage. And soon that tankiness can fall down quite a bit. Top lane. Managed to get the creep pole on the side of Radiant. It's always an interesting creep pole. Sometimes you pull the big camp, and it's like, good, we've moved the lane to here, but you also kind of open up the possibility that the enemy's going to get not only their wave, but the camp as well. You see Jamin getting the big neutral kill there. Zadie and Octavine, both low. Both slugging it out. Zadie does not yet have Blink, so playing it a bit on the rough side. On the safe side, the risky side. Just has to be careful, right? As long as you're not giving Monkey King the charges to have him regen, it's definitely a hero that you can wear down. Bottom lane. Getting a bit low. Managed to get the first blood on the courier. A bit of gold for everyone. Let's see a bit more regen come out for the Lost Boys out here. They're going to need some health back. And G $, managing to get the Lotus. Machu also got the Lotus on this side. No kills yet. Just as I say it, they managed to get a kill in the bottom. They found the Ursa. It's a bit low. I guess all it took was a haystack.
Radiant's
And
bottom
double
tower is
edge.
being attacked.
It's a double kill on the bottom lane. Lemurs asserting themselves in their off lane. I mean, that's a nasty combination, right? Decay plus double edge level 2. Hurt. Gonna hurt. We got mids. So we got bottle on both heroes. Each is going to get one. Missed it again. But on the bottom, Ursa managed to get the kill on Levito, the centaur. It's those Fury swipe stacks doing work. With the cold feet. I gotta be quicker. Sorry, I had a bit of a at lunch. Usually like you have like a big lunch and then you have like the afternoon sleepies. That's where I'm at. Try to be on top of these things. We have a bit of a back and forth in the mid lane. Getting low. Zadie going in for the kill. That's some damage. Oh, but the stun to the hit? It's close. Risky, and that's it. That was enough for Octavine. Bit of an overstep on Zadie's part. Yeah. I mean, Monkey King just a bit tankier than Zadie expected. I don't remember if did he have the Jingu? It might have had the Jingu on one of the hits there that gave him some health, but bottom $G getting low, but able to walk away from the cold feet. Gonna have to just walk away. Get some health back. Pretty tame, pretty quiet in this lane here, but hold on. Yeah, no, both just kind of respecting each other. Neither wants to go too deep here. Damon having the range advantage and the cost. There's a bit of damage on Rufio. They're both looking low here. Machu also getting low and slowed. That's going to be enough out of the Ignite to kill Rufio. Looks like we had a tomb go down. Crazy Ninja Smurf is back, and Levito now in some trouble here. Gets the stomp, but also gets cold-footed. And enough there to get brought down. Crazy Ninja Smurf with the smoke. He's sneaky. Need to do a little bit of sneaky there, but too much to follow up with. Eamon getting low in the top lane. Might be at risk here of getting jumped. Both mids now have their ult. We have a haste rune on Zadie. Be interesting to see if he tries to rotate to a different lane. Crazy Ninja Smurf, you're in a bad spot. It's going to be enough to bring him down. And yeah, we got XP runes up. Looks like Dire Team's gonna get theirs. See if the Lost Boys. Looks like Machu's going for it. Mid lane. I missed it. Haste. Was able to take down Monkey King. Sonic Wave used. Kinda wish I saw. I'm not gonna pull it back. I could. I know this is a recording. I'm very curious, but I'm not gonna do it. We'll just have to accept the fact that I missed it. Move on. Move on. Crazy Ninja Smurf and $G in a bad spot. Cold Feet didn't go off, but I mean, that Fury Swipes is going to be enough to take him down. He's going to come right back. This is Undying. Gets punched in the face. Comes back immediately saying, give it to me more. More punches to the face. No rotations yet. Everyone's kind of stayed in their lane. Gets the hit. Okay, careful. That's your blink used. Putting out the slow and just a few right clicks. Getting himself the Jingu Mastery proc. I missed it, but bottom $$ catches out Crazy Ninja Smurf. Oh, there's the ult off. They're gonna dive. This is quite a step. This is the Earth Shock still, and now he's getting help. Rubik coming in. Have health on them, but They're going a bit deep here, running into each other. Oh, that's enough to take him down. This level 3 double edge is nothing to be laughed at. Now Rufio's finding himself alone, squishy, amongst two big strength heroes. He goes down. More TPs now coming in. Octavine goes on to Undying and manages to get that kill, but not after a few rotations. Opening up Zadie to get some tower damage. Chu losing their support for a few minute or two here. They're just going to balance out the wave here. We do have Vanguard Bracer and the horse-powered Centaur. Likely going to go for Blink next, I'm guessing. Octavine going on to Zadie, who's ventured under the tower, but has the blink to get away. Wants to play, has the ultimate up. Zadie wants a second kill. Lots of damage. I mean, this might just be enough. That's it. That's it. Well done. Nice ultimate. Good calculation on the poison. It's the kind of trouble that I was imagining Monkey King was going to have against WAP. Now the Cold Feet, putting Centaur in an awkward position, but the ultimate's going to be to save him. To G $, going in for more. By himself at the moment. Those stacks are coming up, but Levito coming in. Domps, all raged. In goes the Tomb, and now G $, in a bit of a rough spot here. EP's coming in. Managed to get the AA, but we have Octavine in. Here to pick up some kills. Down goes the Ursa to the double edge. Octavine picks up the kill. A delay on it. Nice jukes, but eventually going to be taken down. Vito. Nice return kill on that Ursa. I thought you were the one going to go down. Rufio now getting gone on by Zadie in the top lane here. Bit of rotation. That's going to be enough to take him down. Crazy Ninja Smurf coming in, returning some damage, following up with Machu, and the stun. Ultimate comes out, but it's just a bit out of range. Fortunate.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
They're going to reset? No, they're going to go back in. Blinking up to the high ground, looking. They're aware of them. They're aware of this exchange.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Devine kind of moving back into mid, gonna pick up some farm, but Lemurs, they're gonna go under tower here. They want this squishy AA. Blink in. That's gonna be a pretty decisive kill as we approach the 12-minute mark. Laning stage, even though no tower is down, we're definitely seeing the rotations that you'd expect kind of at the end of laning stage. Let's see which tower goes down first. They do seem to be piling up here on the top. Jamin applying some pressure with his catapult. Monkey's gonna jump in. Nothing official though. And Lemurs are just gonna back up. Reset. There's the DD still sitting in the rune there in the river. Probably he's gonna get picked up by Zadie. Lane. Vito just chilling. Looking up XP. Some spells being cast on him, but nothing he's not worried about. Has the ultimate to get away if needed. Ooh, just nearly misses. Ice Blast, and now going in. Levito, you're biting off a lot here. Bit too much. Bit too much, I would say. $, coming in, but it's going to be a little bit too late. A little bit too ambitious there. Just going to put the tomb down. 150 gold for the monkey. I mean, maybe all this is just to distract from the top where Machu and Rufio get the kill on the drow. So, no, they're on the same team. That was not distraction. That was just unfortunate for the Lemurs. And Lost Boys. working with what they've got. The rotations from Octavine are proving to be quite fruitful, but Zadie does have that double damage that just expired. They're going to try and chase down the Ursa here, but Machu coming in to support their position 1.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
Out goes onto Octavine, onto Levito. Ursa getting low now, does not have the ultimate. That ult's going to be enough to kill her, but Zadie is taken down in return. Octavine, Levito, just eyeballing each other. Too serious.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Naaman has the space to apply a little more top tower damage.
Radiant's top tower
What
is
do we got
under
for
siege.
items?
Dire's middle tower taking
So
damage.
we've got that Dragon Lance we talked about on the Drow. Blink Dagger on Machu. Ursa still working towards the Battle Fury. Going to be a bit of a late timing on it.
Is being attacked.
Bit of a rough lane into the Centaur Undying. Bottom lane. Squishy Ninja Smurf. In some trouble here. This is what I was afraid of for the AA. The AA definitely a good hero to have against tanky heroes, but at the same time, you yourself are pretty squishy, and the moment that you get caught alone before you've got your defensive items up is going to be a bit painful. Octavine working towards Echo Saber. King likes the item. Isn't that mana regen? Does have Tree Dance maxed out. He did end up going the Changing of the Guard. Let's see how he makes use of that. I'm still on the fence between those two facets. Changing of the Guard really strong, but giving up your ability to move across trees really, really quickly. I do not want to join right now, unfortunately. Maybe in a little bit. Tier 1 towers. We've lost the mid tower on the Radiant side. Other than that, quite a bit of damage done to the Radiant top tower. I mean, Radiant kind of need to catch up in this regard. There, I just missed the kill there, but Scream of Pain. Wave was enough to take down Octavine, but he had his friends there to return the favor. Reek and Levito just looking to apply some pressure onto this bottom lane. A little bit worried for the Lost Boys tower push at the moment. Haven't been able to apply a whole lot of pressure though. Jumping under the tower, I missed this, but G $ getting gone on underneath the tower.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Choose showing once again that this Sand King has not only a stinger but teeth.
Dire have fortified their towers.
Ultimate is up on the Centaur, so feeling pretty confident about being this deep. However, we got TPs coming in. Out goes the Centaur ults. I think they just kind of need to reset here, but this is going to be a big fight. We do have a stolen Poison Sting. Zadie's going straight on to zone out the SK. Meanwhile, Octavine puts down the ultimate to beat down Levito. Marie kind of just pulling it back here. This looks like a pretty good defense so far. Zadie was able to pick up this crazy Ninja Smurf. Gonna go in for some more. Looking at these squishy heroes. Gets to the Rufio down as well. Does have a stick, and down goes SK. And Jamin and Arik coming in to finish off Levito. I mean, it was looking good for Radiant there for a second, but round 2 of that fight went on the side of the Lemurs. They're able to get the tower, as well as 4 kills. But weirdly enough, Lost Boys end up getting more XP? No, they didn't. I know numbers. No numbers. That was definitely in the favor of the Lemurs. Hey, Machu Picchu. I know, right? That Sand King is looking pretty damn good. Not just what they're wearing, but how they're playing. What do we got for items coming out next? We're gonna see the Agnum Scepter on SK once more.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
Not going for a Blink Dagger. Interesting. Levito going straight for the Heart of Tarrasque. I'm gonna try to fight Machu here. Uploads the ultimate, gonna dodge Octabeam, but puts out the ultimate. Machu putting out the ultimate to get G$ low, and that's enough to take him down. And the Lemurs are just gonna have to back out here a little bit deep. Lost Boys responding with the TPs that they needed. Zadie gonna finish off that top tower in the meantime. I mean, looking quite good for the Lemurs at the moment. They've got 3 towers down.
I'll take
Slight
that.
lead in kills, slight lead in net worth by 5k.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
Looking at the worth. Yeah, we're seeing the Lemurs at the top with Drow leading. Not what you want to see for the Lost Boys. You don't want to let this Drow get too much space, or else she's going to become the menace that we all know Drow can be in the late game. Blue Saber complete on Octavine. Next, going for the BKB. I like it. Monkey King's one of those heroes that, like, you kind of have to build for early survivability in order to kind of carry yourself into the mid game. Once you have that little bit of survivability, then you can lean a little more into your damage, but Monkey King prefers longer fights. Vito still a ways from that heart. $2 picked up a Yule's. Interesting. I mean, Yule's not bad against Ursa to kind of get that nasty bear off you. Same with the monkey. Potentially might be able to stop Sand King from blinking or just dodge the ultimate once it lands on you, so see it. Undying also likes mana regen. You can kind of get all the health regen you need with Soul Rip as long as you have the mana for it. Vito and Arik, see Machu here. We're gonna go on him. Have the dust for him. Hacking away at him. Gonna use the Centaur ult, but out comes the Epicenter before he goes down, just to do the residual damage. Got now coming in to follow up. AA Blast coming in, gonna hit 3 heroes. What a blast. That's gonna be enough to take down. I think they're dead. Damon coming in. He founds his compatriots down, has to run for it. But there's vision, they see him. Whack. Octavian fighting, Zadie comes in to help out Drow. Ursa now low, getting chased down. Fighting? It's taken down. Beam of Pain does the work of finding him in the shadows. There was something weird there. I'm not going to pull it back, but I'm surprised they saw the Drow from the low ground. I don't know what that was. Didn't see a ward or anything. I'm curious. Maybe it was an illusion? I think saw the Drow on the high ground that I was surprised about. Not really sure what. Overall, once again the Lemurs kind of coming out on top. They did lose the Drow in that fight, but I mean overall picking up some pretty good kills. Position 1 and position 2 going down on Lost Boys. Overall quite an XP change. Look at the graph. Yeah, kind of looking in the favor, especially gold-wise, for the Dire, for the Lemur Legion. Bit of a shift. Gonna have a little bit of a meeting here. Machu, Zadie, Octavine coming in to support this. Blinked is up in a sec, but not up fast enough. Stuns are enough to keep him there and to take him down. That's the tricky part about Quap, right? When you use that blink, it gives you the freedom of mobility, but blinking into the darkness is always a risky move to make. And Lemur's gonna capitalize on the kill by going for a nice quick Torm. We'll go to, I mean, some people hate this shard. I think it was commented on in the last game. I mean, I don't think it's that bad, honestly. Read, there's definitely some moments that it'll just mess somebody up. Definitely been in the moment where I'm like, where did I go? And I'm inside the tomb and I didn't realize it. But mechanically, being able to remove a hero from a map for a second is a really strong save. Needs to be used at the right place at the right time. Kind of messes with the way Undying usually puts Tombstone. Like, you want to put Tombstone down in a fight nice and early. You can even kind of bait the enemy team to try and take it out early and then make a play off of that. But once you have the shard and you want to use that mechanic of saving a hero, then you tend to hold it a little longer. How $G$ makes a use of it. We do have the Battle Fury and Blink Dagger. It doesn't take too much long for Ursa to get caught up. Mo coming out, and we're gonna have Levito jumping in, wanting to get things started onto the Lost Boys here. Rufio going down. Octavine puts out the ultimate onto all of them. Lots of damage going out. BKB is out. Jamin having to run back. Tombstone goes down. We had the blink in. There's Jamin shooting the arrows, but he's got heroes right in front of them. Lost Boys are going to be able to pick up a kill on Undying, but he's coming right back. Machu blinking in to give him a stun, but Drow's in the back doing the damage to take him down. They managed to take down Undying once again. Really a dieback, but kind of a dieback. Now Levito in some trouble. DD on Octavine. And Ursa gonna finish him off. 4 dead on the side of Lemurs. Overall, a good offensive there by Lost Boys. Yeah, Undying died twice, so that was 5 kills. Big shift. So now going into Roshan, they do have the Ursa, King of Roshan. Not sure there's going to be much of a contest on it. Devine should be able to tank this fairly well. Does have a shield wound. And there's the Fury swipes, doing what they do best. To Roshan. Hey Billy, thank you. And that's gonna be... It's gonna be... Aegis on... Surprise, Ursa. Next item on Monkey King, Basher. Great. I played Monkey King the other day. Felt like I was missing something. To myself, it was a Basher. 100%. Hero likes to have a Basher. Anything to keep a hero inside the monkey ult? You're getting gone on here. Devine gonna follow up. That... Surprised that scream didn't hit him, but... Like it just blew past his face there. AA Blast coming in onto 3 of them. Great AA Blast. But not much to follow up there. Both SK and Rufio. He down, so not much to fight. Lemurs, they're going to apply some pressure here despite the Lost Boys having the Aegis. Capture also completed on the Ursa. We have, yeah, we've been seeing Agnum's Scepter. And we've been seeing the Shard. So this AA Blast have been stunning and putting A lot of frost stun onto heroes, but now we've also got the late game AA. I like to see it, honestly. AA is one of these heroes that you have to decide kind of mid-game. Do I still go for the soft support team utility, or do I need to transition into that long-range right-click menace that AA can be? Currently at this time, I think it's Crazy Ninja Smurf's timing on it is good. As the Agnum Scepter, now you just need attack speed. And that's going to provide a good amount of high ground defense. If they need it. If they need it. They do have the Aegis, but still feels like the Lost Boys are a bit hesitant on asserting themselves, and understandably so.
I'll take that.
Lemurs have been bringing some really strong team fight. Ranger does have the pike, does have the manta. So, okay, we're gonna see a smoke come out. Haste as well. Bring right next to them. That's gonna go on their bear. You know what's more scary than a bear? A bear that's hasted. Bam, 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 bam. Damage going out, but has the hurricane pike. He's gonna run backwards. Rufio pretending he's Drow Ranger. Pulls the ultimate though, but Octavine jumping in. BKB ultimate. We're just gonna blink out there, taking down the tombstone. There was somebody in there, I didn't see it, but down goes Undying. Wonder if the zone shard caught him off guard there. Ogre goes down as well, and now Levito's in trouble. Zadie come in with a beautiful scream to push them back. And able to blink out. Levito is trying to get out, but getting wailed on by the Ursa, who still has Aegis. And that's going to be 2 heroes down. Jamin, you're by yourself. Managed to get the Aegis down and able to dodge, walk away from that stun. Overall, good movements, but team fight as a whole going in the way of the Lost Boys. Rough stuff. Nice pushback by the Lost Boys. Ursa did end up losing the Aegis. Not all is lost. 30-30 now, and only 1k difference between the two teams. They're even on buildings as well. Really anybody's game at this point. You can see a BKB on Drow Ranger. Building towards a Shiva's guard on Sand King. And we do have a BKB out now. Raiga going in, seeing G $, but there's that Yule's at work. Tombstone? Almost. I mean, even if he'd gone in the tombstone there, likely dead, but just a good jump by the Ursa. BKB was not used. Ogre Magi has the Glimmer Cape, working towards something with a crown. It might be... Careful, Levito getting gone on under the tower. They're going to be able to pick up that Centaur with ease. Fine pressure here. Lost Boys going to take the first tier 2 tower. If they can get creeps to it. Meanwhile, top King jumping across onto Zadie, getting stunned out and taken down. G $ now in trouble. Tombstone goes down, but also going down. SK in the back here, onto the Ogre Magi with the epicenter. It's going to be 4 dead. Ranger does not want any part of that. Yeah, I mean, Lost Boys, Radiant side, putting a lot of pressure onto the Dire. And that's going to be 2 towers, 2 tier 2 towers down. I mean, Lemurs were putting a good offensive in the mid game, but Octavine
top
Lemurs,
tower is
no,
being
the Lost
attacked.
Boys have turned up
Dire's top tower has
turned up the octane and just like applying some really good team fights here. Yes, there must be. There must be a setting, I agree. I think there was. I think there's a little checkbox
Dire's top tower
about
is
parties
under siege.
invites. It happens one more time. All the temptation for me. I'm watching Dota and it makes me just want to play Dota, but right now it's these two teams. Pulling it out. Eva's guard is complete. Also has these boots of travel. Went boots of travel last game as well.
Dire's
Chew.
bottom tower is being attacked.
Likes to be able to be on the map where he wants when he wants. Very respectable trait in a pause 3. You have Blink Dagger now on the Centaur War Runner. This might make engagements a little bit easier potentially. Does have a Heaven's Halberd as well. Really good against Monkey King and Ursa. Goes in, gets the stun out, and pulling back. Is he trying to kite them into thing? But they're taking a lot of damage. A blast coming out. Gonna connect with Drow Ranger. Devine jumping in. That was the start of a fight, but oh, Lemur's choosing to move out here. They do have a high ground that they can use to defend. No need to give up your strong position. Vito just entering in front of the Lost Boys, and if he's gonna go down for it, he's gonna get punished. $$ putting down the tombstone. A misstep there, I would say. Not respecting the Lost Boys. I mean, you have a heart. You do have, like, Heaven's Halberd, extra health, but I mean, you're certainly not a squishy boy, but these guys are bringing the damage. Interesting. AA opting for the Orchid for his attack speed. Here we go. They do see Octavine up in the trees. EPK's B and ultimate down. They're going to try to run out of this, but $, Mules blinking out. He gets pulled in. Blinking out though. Here goes the SK ult and Blink to finish off the Undying. And they're just going to have to pull it back here. Nope. Take that back. $, is TPing to the tier 2. They don't want to give up this triangle. You're going to have to give it up.
Dire's bottom tower.
Let's see how Drow died. Went down to Crazy Ninja Smurf. Not see how that happened.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Now Lost Boys are going to position themselves to take out this last tier 2. Lemurs are slowly seeing this game get away from them. I want to see them. I mean, what do they have for their high ground? Truthfully, I mean, Drow Ranger, not unlike Sniper, likes to have a high ground. I think you have to play around your Drow. Kind of have to do that Sniper positioning strategy where you're playing around your one massive damage dealer. Lost Boys certainly have a lot of junk. Blink daggers. The harpoon on the monkey as well as tree dance. We're going to be able to get this second Aegis onto Ursa. The Lost Boys, they're geared up for a high ground fight. They're going to move themselves into this triangle. $, did a bit of work to try and take it back, but it's caught out by the SK. Needs to run. It's taken down. Yeah, I think at this point, like, you just need to cut your losses. Then the high ground. BKB out on Drow. This is a lot of pressure riding on Jamin right now. Lots of pressure. This high ground is going to be assaulted shortly. The Drow Ranger is going to need to put out some very high quick damage while getting run at by his heroes. This is like the big weakness of Drow. Drow Ranger, great late game carry. Kay's heal requires her team to... Like, she can't do it by herself. Drow Ranger can't solo a team by herself, even if she's really, 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 really armed up. Ursa, on the other hand, take heroes down on his own. Happy to jump in. Lots of survivability. Smoked. Machu. Maybe thinking about doing a jump here. We're gonna have to break the ice somewhere. Lemurs are gonna stick to their high ground. Don't have any wards or sentries up yet. There's a ward. That's the Lemur ward. Where's this gonna start? I mean, they do have the Aegis, so Ursa's starting the fight off. Not a bad go. They do see the Drow. Do a few right clicks. Levito jumping in. Showing him that he doesn't like his tower being hit. He pulling in, stunning Levito on the low ground, but getting hit now by the Drow. Drow moving a little bit too forward. Gonna get followed up on by an amazing jump by the SK. Huge sonic wave to try and stop that sudden burst of aggression. Buybacks are coming out now on the Lemur Legion, and that's going to be a stolen Rubik's Scream of Pain returning back. Fight's happening. Aiga in there, still with the Aegis. Gets taken down. Lemurs are still all up. They did lose their tower, but they're still fighting here. Ursa in a bad spot now. Going to be taken down. Not before doing quite a bit of damage to a lot of them. Huge hits going out, but another Scream of Pain out. Zadie able to blink out at the last second. We're dead on the side of the Lost Boys. Rufio, last one left, is gonna die. Gonna die? Not gonna die. Aim in nice and low. Don't want to fight too much there. I think Rufio is gonna be able to walk away from this battle. Overall, I mean, buybacks. 3 buybacks on the Lemurs. They did lose their tower. Even? Roughly even? I mean, Lost Boys certainly came and took down the tower, got some kills. Dropped by 17k. Not a bad, honestly not too bad of a high ground attempt. They did have Aegis. A few more of those though, and they might find themselves giving too much to the Lemurs. That fight started off really well. I mean, Jamin was kind of coaxed into going into the low ground here. And then you saw that SK jump immediately onto most of the Lemurs. That was really set the tone well for that high ground. Zadie getting out some nice sonic waves to even it out a little bit. Let's see a pipe on Undying. Yep. I mean, SK certainly brings a lot of magic damage. Also going to bring a lot of physical damage with this Daedalus and Agnum Scepter. This is just like something that you don't want to get caught in. Lemurs need to be able to stay spread apart.
Worthy tribute.
We got jumping in onto Queen of Pain. It's the Abyssal there, but Queen able to blink out. Getting some dewarding done. Maybe thinking about going high ground once more. Now here's the big question, right? You've taken out a tower. You want to take out another tower? What if we push high ground the same one we took the tower down? I'm afraid if you end up just doing the same thing to the other 2 racks, like have the same kind of outcome in the fights, you're going to give up a lot to the Lemurs in terms of items and XP and gold. Don't have the Aegis this time. I'm gonna kind of have to hope for a similar start to that fight. We're still walking up. Silence, stunned. Does have the shield runes, so able to shrug off some damage. There it is again. You see it happening again. There's the blink, but there's a blink cancel. I don't think the SK made it. No, SK made it in all the way, but they were a little more spread apart this time. Only Queen of Pain going down, along with Ogre Magi. No buyback. Monkey King ult used. It's the big ult. Crazy Ninja Smurf just did it in a little bit too deep. It goes Queen of Pain to try and catch more here, but gets killed in the process. Now also Undying. Levito. This is where Drow does not want to find herself.
Life is all a gift.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yeah, the step out there. The first initial fight did not go too poorly there, but that step out there is really going to cost Lemurs here. Just the Centaur and Undying left here. I mean, buybacks, I don't think. Yeah, no buybacks left. This just might be game. I hate to say it early, but I'm not sure what Centaur and Undying are going to be able to do here. Plenty of time. They're going to make their way top. I mean, what do you do? No buybacks on any of the alive heroes as well, so it's like you might just have to watch as their buildings slowly go down. Ogre is going to be up in 20 seconds, but they're going to lose their racks in the meantime. Mega creeps out here. There's going to be one last defense here for Lemurs. Drying. Crazy Ninja Smurf not happy that he's gonna have to walk. Mate's not thinking about him. Greek able to walk out of this. $. Putting down some tombstones to try and delay this. 20 seconds left. Vito in some trouble using the ultimate to try and get out, but that's a big monkey ult you have to run out of. $. In trouble. Levito does have buyback. Dying, gonna have to go down. Tier 4 towers still up. In goes Levito to start things off again. Big scream. They're gonna take down the Ursa. Back on the Ursa. He's gonna have to walk a long distance because they did not take that shrine. Crazy Ninja Smurf walked all the way here just to die. Chu jumping in onto 3 of them. Lots of damage, but I mean that's Drow Ranger hitting you. You're not gonna survive too long. It's an ultra kill. Or Jamin on the Drow Ranger. It was enough, man. I was calling GG way too early. Lemurs were patient. Centaur and Undying were able to kind of stall that long enough that they were able to punch back once Quap and Drow were up. Not over yet. Levito. Gonna fight the bear, doing some bear hunting. Gotta watch those stacks. They're gonna slowly get up here. What's his numbers? 420 damage, extra damage. 500. Nope. 180 health doesn't mean much if Ursa's hitting by 500 extra damage with Fury swipes. This is why Ursa will always scale well into the late game. Got a mechanic built in that he will just get more and more damage. Circumstances. We're gonna have to take a little bit of time for the Lost Boys to come up again. Unless both Octavine and Raga are gonna feel quite confident just going in alone. A blast. Here it comes. Here it comes. Scouting. Yeah, you got 3 targets. It's gonna rack up your damage stat a little bit. A tiny bit. Go cooldown. It's 80. You got caught. Stunned. Able to blink out though. That was just very quick. I mean, it was at work there. I'm surprised how quick that stun was. Did the Abyssal Blade go down and stun the more you use it? I guess it's only 1.2 seconds. Alright. Mega Creeps. Lemurs. Fighting off the Mega Creeps, so try and stay in this. They do not want an O2 in this series, but very much looking at the prospect of it. Us boys gonna do the responsible thing and pick up an Aegis. There they finish this off. Their AA Blast. Greek. Disrespected.
Love, fear,
Ninja Smurf, just applying their hurt from a distance. Reminding them that they're not safe. Body. We have a refresher shard on Octavine. This is going to be 2 times the Wukong commands. ED in the river, not going to get spotted. Ursa now gave up the boots for the Aegis. Swift blink though. All he needs is to blink and he's going to be a swift bear. See how this gets this started. Raiga going straight in onto there, taking damage, but gonna go down. Nope, puts out the ultimate just so he doesn't go down for the Aegis. Another Monkey King ult coming out to cover this Ancient, and they're gonna try and get the Drow down. Trying to retreat to safety. Huge scream. There's the use of that Monkey King talent. Ninja Smurf taking a lot of damage, but Drow Ranger gonna go down in the fountain. Buybacks coming out. They're fighting. Ancient is taking damage, but Drow Ranger putting on the hurt. Big AA Blast coming out, but only connects with one. Ninja Smurf goes down. Rufio going down as well. Octavine trying to finish this, able to get the Centaur down. But Drow Ranger's there. Jamin wants to stay near the team, does not want to fight Monkey King face to face without distance. Meanwhile, the Ancient is slowly going down. Up goes the stun in the pull in. This is where Drow does not want to be. Octavine finishing off the Drow. Meanwhile, Machu and Uri finish off the rest, but end of the Ancients. And the Ancient goes down. There we have it. Lost Boys taking a 2-0 victory here against a team that has been undefeated so far in the tournament. Knowing that it's just early days and this tournament is anybody's game. I mean, the draft very much. I mean, both teams had a good draft. But I think the way that the Lost Boys played their draft into the Lemurs, like, worked out, obviously, for them. I'm using hindsight to reaffirm everything I'm saying, but I mean, Drow Ranger has the unfortunate circumstances that your lineup just needs to be in the right place. If you find yourself that everyone's not in the right position, the lineup can kind of crumble. You've definitely seen it when it is in the right position. The Lost Boys like fell very, very quickly to the damage that Drow Ranger could put out. But I think overall, like, the Lost Boys were just able to apply that consistent amount of mid-game pressure, able to jump into the backline. Big AoE ults out of the Sand King. Monkey King ult doing a whole lot of damage as well. Great series. MVP game 2? I might have to give it to Machu, honestly. There were just some like big team fights where that ultimate came out and completely put it into their favor. I think they would have a much more trouble if they didn't have the performance that they did from Machu. Very much able to put out that big circle of damage That just made it really hard for the Lemurs to be able to team fight. And as soon as some of their heroes died, it was really hard for them to maintain that lineup that was going to ensure Drow was able to pump out right-click damage. Lots of good showings out of everyone. Zadie definitely doing well in the co-op. I think the hero is definitely working better this game than the Storm Spirit was in the first. I think it was a bit countered in the first game. Yeah, fun series. Good to see these two teams come out. We played the Lost Boys already. We're at 1-1, so we must have 1-1 them as well. Um, and we must be going up against the Lemurs soon. I see what they're bringing out. Lost Boys kind of breaking their cherry on the loss, so we'll see. We'll see how the Lemurs respond to it. They're going to bring their A game future weeks. All right. Thank you for watching. Sorry about the split cast. Sorry about the technical difficulties early. But thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned to some more WLDL 2026. And catch you later.